Hey guys, thanks for tuning in again for another episode of the Detour Live. I'm your host, Dan Jones, joined as always, four-time national road champion who is on the ground there in Italy, John Trevorrow. And I suppose there's a few things to unpack. John Hindley's up and about. He's a big chance of winning this Giro. But old Yates, he had to withdraw today, Iffy. It was a horrible day. Conditions were terrible. Just looked like it pelted down rain the entire stage.
No, that was the start, and it probably a bit over halfway. Then we went into, seriously, Vazzy and I pulled up at our bottle point, and it was sunny as. We actually got the bikes out and went for a pedal.
Yeah,
so
right.
There you go. Yeah. But that's what we got. It was like 9 degrees. It's gone from 30-something to 9. And it was part of the issue with Simon's knee. Yeah, they've been keeping it under wraps, but it really struggled with it. It's hard to get over an injury in a Grand Tour, and but he's each day just tried to manage it. But the really cold start, everything today, just got to him, and he couldn't get through it. And look, well, we'll talk with Whitey shortly, but he explains it a bit. But I sat at dinner with Dan, the physio, and they've been a battle to try and get him through. So look, we know how good he is, and he'll bounce back and move forward with that.
Well, here's a video from the Bike Exchange Jayco team before the start.
It's 20-minute climb to start off with, a lot of descending, 2 tough climbs, and a final that will surely bring out the best guys, including the GC guys, because this race is very, very tight on time.
What's wrong with it? It's just water. I mean, we take showers every day, don't we? What's the difference? I mean, the outright clothing's waterproof enough, isn't it?
Complain about the heat. Now it's raining. I can complain about the cold, but there's a common trend there, isn't there?
But once we get over this first range, it should be 23, 24 degrees. So it'll be a refreshing change from the hottest Giro I've seen in a long time.
That was the updates before the start, and Iffy, you got to catch up with Lucas Hamilton. Now, you know his name is Lucas, don't you? Not Luke?
Well, I said Luca, but it didn't come out. They all call him Luca.
Luca or Lucas, but anyway.
No, the team call him Luca.
Okay, I think you called him Luke. Anyway, let's. The vision doesn't lie.
I said Luca. Luca.
All right, let's have a look. Here's Lucas Hamilton before the start.
Okay, Luke Hamilton, we've got a bit of a change today, eh? We've had 2 and a bit weeks of beautiful weather, but it's back to the old Dolomites type weather.
Yeah, a bit of a season change. It's completely different to what we've had in the last 2.5 weeks. So, yeah, it's going to be cold. And today starts with an uphill start, but then we're descending for about 70k. So it's, we're going to have to bring the jackets out today, I reckon.
As you said, so 8k straight from the start uphill, but then a long plateau. What do you think will be the tactics of the day, mate?
Yeah, to be honest, it's an odd one. It finishes hard, starts hard, and then sort of it's going to be quite a fast stage with that long descent, a lot of descending, a lot of flat. So, yeah, I think we'll see after yesterday too. There'll be a lot of tired boys. It was a big day yesterday. So, to be honest, tactics-wise, could be breakaway, could be the peloton fighting out for the stage win. My pick it'll be the peloton fighting out for the stage win, but I'm wrong often, so I wouldn't bank on it.
Now, we were doing a bottle feed in the last part of the race, and I looked at you yesterday, and you looked to have a bit of spring back in your step a little bit.
Yeah, no, I think I've been feeling pretty good. I think the climbing days, the second week I had a pretty big week, and yeah, I've been climbing to where I sort of expected I would be. This is the third week now, so who knows what happens. It takes day by day, but for me, I'm just going to keep chipping away. It's all money in the bank, really. If you keep going to the line each day, for a guy who I see myself as potentially being a GC guy in the future, that you sort of need that exposure. So it's nice to be up there.
Lucas, good luck today, mate.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah, you got it right at the end. Definitely called him Luke at the start.
Look up, EA, whatever.
Yeah.
You cut it out, try to look after me, and then you dob me in the show. So whatever.
As soon as I saw it, I thought, oh, there's a bit here. I can really sort of build that up. Now, another one, you were challenged yesterday, and everyone wanted a grab with Cavendish. Now, you got a grab, just not without the microphone. It looked like you're having a good chin wag. You going to talk over this, John? Or are you just admiring more?
Well, look, it was great.
yourself?
I haven't seen Cav in probably 3 or 4 years, actually. And he was just, it was good to have a chat. You got to realise how cold it was. They were about to ride off. So Vazzy was there with the camera. He ran it. But we are going to have a good talk with him in the next couple of days. You can see how it's pouring down rain. And the same with Jai and with Richie, who we're going to catch up with. We'll talk with them in depth tomorrow. So it'll be a great
I like how you were chatting to her. He goes, "You coming to the tour?" And he goes, "Yeah, yeah." And he goes, "What about the commies? You go about the Commonwealth Games?" You go, "Yeah, yeah, yep." You going to the tour in the Commonwealth Games? Breaking news here. First on the detour.
Going to neither. But anyway.
Doesn't matter. We haven't even talked about the stage winner, Santiago Buitrago. They were obviously up and about after the finish. The Bahrain boys, there's Mikel Landa coming in and giving him a bear hug, part of the Bahrain Wolfpack. But a fantastic stage win for the Bahrain boys. Iffy.
Yeah, look, he's only a youngster. He's only 22, and he's Colombian, bit of a star, and yeah, as you can see, he's gone close to a couple of other stages as well. So he fell off too.
Yeah.
He had this ridiculous fall in the stage today, and came back from that. It was a great ride. Look, the ride of the day, without doubt, it was Van der Poel. He is a friggin' monster. I mean, seriously, when he went past us, we were feeding on the last climb. It went away with one of the jumbo guys. It dropped him, and I thought, geez, I don't think they'll get him. I just said to Vaz just before that, I said, "No, look, he goes okay, but they'll run over the top of him on this climb." But he was going so strong when we went past. I thought, you know what, he might just hold on. Well, in the end, he didn't. But I'll tell you what, he has blown the socks off everyone in Italy. He attacks every day. They've fallen in love with him. They're now I caught him putting tomato sauce on his spaghetti, so they bagged him for that. And now they have said if he can win a mountain stage, they will put pineapple on their pizza. So
yeah,
it's
because there's a thread he posted on the second race day eating a pizza all around then, and then someone commented because it was a margarita and he said, "Oh, it just needs pineapple." And geez, because anyone that's been in Italy, you don't do that.
No.
And yeah, cycling tips have been doing a bit of a thread on it. Simon Knowles live comment, go on you. Knowlesy says, if he hanging out with the big boys, why don't you try and get Van der Poel as well? Why don't you just the last few days just go after the absolute hitters? He speaks English.
Well, just go there and they knock me back. It'll just be just as good if they knock me back.
Well, then you just get footage of you patting them on the back and just any of that sort of colour overlay. It's great, but just get in there. That's it. Just take down some more scalps.
Right. Okay, Dan. Yeah, we'll do that.
I'm just
all good.
All right, let's have a look at the stage results. You're talking earlier, Jai Hindley. He finished with Carapaz, but they put time into Almeida, wasn't it?
I didn't realise you could see me in the background.
Johnny? That's all right. We can hear you too, Vazzy.
the big talking point for the. It's all good, Vazzy. You're doing a great job, mate. They put time into Almeida. That was the key thing for the GC.
It was the key thing, exactly. At one stage, Carapaz and Hindley almost caught the group in front, which meant they would have been sprinting for that final time bonus, which would have given Jai the lead by 1 second. But suddenly Carapaz stopped working hard. I think he realised what could happen there. But I don't know what you're showing me there.
That's the stage results
on the screen. That's what it is.
Stage results.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. So with those time gaps, you can see how close they went to catching Jan Hurt and Hugh Carthy. They catch them, then that sprint was for the pink jersey. But gee, we've got a bike race here. There's no doubt. There was a great interview. I don't know if you got it with Jai straight after the finish. He's so honest. It's just wonderful. But
where'd you see that interview? I can steal it live if you want.
Yeah. Well, it was just on one of the.
I've told you before about sending me these links.
Well, I just assume you get them.
There's an interview at the start. Yeah, all right, we'll find it.
GCN.
We'll find it.
GCN.
I can't steal from GCN, mate. They throw me in the media clink. I can't get their stuff.
Well, it was a general one at the finish by our French mate who does them all. So it'll be there, and it's worth grabbing because it's a really good one. So while we're doing the ads later, you can have a little search.
Yeah. Okay. All right, mate. You're talking about Hugh Carthy before 3 days in the breakaway. No chocolates. He's having a crack.
He's having a crack. He's got better each day, I reckon. We went past us today. We're on the last climb, and we were with a couple of English fans, and they're obviously good fans of his because they were up and about. And that were the crowds on the final climb today. It was fantastic.
All right. Well, let's take a short drinks break. When we come back, you did a good interview with Matt White, so stay tuned.
Look at this bike. You think it's just a bike, right? But it's not. It's a bike 374 people are looking at. This guy, this girl, them, all looking at it. People from here, there, and wherever this is. People that are looking for a bike. Or just a piece of it. Amateurs, semi-amateurs, and pro-amateurs. This guy wants this bike, but with this crank and these bars. This could be the perfect match. But not this one. This girl has a bike to sell, and thousands of people might purchase it. Eyes on Bikes help grow small businesses. His, hers, yours, and the latest data and insights help those businesses keep moving. We are the world's #1 bike marketplace, with over 500,000 products and 900 brands, where buyers and sellers are brought together in a place where a bike is never just a bike. Bike Exchange, where the world buys, sells, learns, and rides.
Feel more in every moment. The all-new Lexus NX.
Thanks again to Bike Exchange and, of course, Lexus of Blackburn. Go to lexusofblackburn.com.au. They are fantastic supporters of cycling. Johnny, there's your photo. Segue for you to start talking if you want.
Well, Rue Roseman Gannon, in great form, and the girls who are racing in the German Thurgen, whatever it's called, that race, which tragically is the race that the Australian team was training for the day before, when Amy Gillett was tragically killed. So, but they've been going well. So Georgia Baker won today. Fantastic, right? And
she did. There's a photo of the finish there.
Yeah.
And Alex Manley.
Super right. Alex Manley the day before, and she's still leading overall. So fantastic news, which is wonderful when we consider how the terrible news of Simon Yates having to withdraw from the Giro. But move on.
And they obviously ride for Bike Exchange. Jayco, and that's a good segue into getting behind Jayco, another company that does a lot to support Australian cycling. New 2022 range just been released, jayco.com.au, Iffy.
Yes, well, underpinning every JKR is the unwavering commitment to provide all Australians with the opportunity for a safe and accessible option to discover our great country. Designed and manufactured at Jayco's state-of-the-art facility in Melbourne. There you go.
Yeah, just in Dandenong there. Fantastic facility.
It's in Dandenong, it is. Yeah.
That's right. Now, I couldn't get the video from Jai Hindley, but this is how quick I work, John. There's a photo of Jai, and here's what he said after the finish. He said, after yesterday's stage, there were certainly some tight and heavy legs in the peloton today. The finale was quite hard as expected, and the fight in the GC is still extremely close. When there's no mountaintop finish, it's harder to make significant time gaps. I may not have made up any time on Carapaz today, but I'm happy to have gained time over the others. Every second counts, and the last stage is getting closer. I think the second last stage will be a very decisive one. That is from Jai Hindley. And
virtually we said, but not quite with the same passion, and you could actually see a little bit of weariness coming in, as happens in the final week of a Grand Tour.
So the tone should have been after yesterday's stage. There's certainly some.
Yeah, but you know what? With a smile, and he just said, in all honesty, I'm a bit. I don't think he said knackered, but a bit cooked, a bit tired. But it was just. He's brutally honest. It's just wonderful.
Yeah. And obviously, looking at the profiles, we've got stage 18, which should be one for the sprinters. That would be a good time to talk to Cav pre-start because he'll be obviously one of the favourites for the stage, iffy. And then stage 19, that's when things are really going to ramp up. We've got, pretty steep little cat 2 at the end. We've got a cat 1, about 40 Ks before the finish, a cat 3 and another cat 3. And then you've got the big monster on stage 20 before the final time trial. That's what Jai was talking about, the second last stage. So,
well, both days. So you got 2 in a row. So we've got, as you say, tomorrow, the Sprinters' Day, and we're going to try and talk to Miles Scottson, who'll be very involved in the lead out for Damar. We can go for number 4.
It's going to be a monster day coverage tomorrow. I can't wait.
Yeah. We'll be there, mate. We'll be there.
Well, he was Matt White after the finish and after, obviously, the news of Simon Yates having to withdraw.
So, Matty White, a sad day in lots of ways with Simon.
Yeah, indeed. It's been a roller coaster of a Giro for us. Obviously, we came in here with big ambitions. Started off really well, obviously in Hungary there, and then a crash had derailed our ambitions for winning the race overall. But Simon and the team will be able to pull it back together there for a really epic win last Sunday in Turin. But it's just the load of the race has finally got too much for Simon's knee, and thinking of the long-term future of his goals, what we're going to be doing in the next couple of months, the best decision was for him to pull out before we did any damage.
Now, we know that Simon, they don't come any tougher than Simon. There's no way he just pulls the towel. It's not his nature. So, obviously, the injury just got too much.
Yeah, look, we had a plan actually today to go after the wind. That was a plan before we started the stage, and I think what's happened there is obviously yesterday. It's a cumulative of things, but yesterday was the hardest day. A lot of guys actually had ever on a bike yesterday. The load they had, and I think that he had a little crash a couple of days before. There's been a few things, and obviously the effort he made on Sunday. People know knees and backs are things that you shouldn't mess around with. And he's a tough man. He's a tough man, and we got to think of what's coming up, and we've got to look after his future and the best future of the team. And the decision was made out on the road today that it's best we stop, and we had to change our plans quick, smart, and move on from there.
And obviously the cold weather this morning wouldn't have helped anything.
No, we went from 30 degrees 24 hours ago to 10 degrees on the start line today, and I think it was 40k of descending in the cold. So it certainly didn't help the situation. But at the end of the day, we made the right decision there with stopping Simon, He's got another stage win, left here with 2 stage wins, which is no mean feat. Obviously, we had different goals coming in, but to walk away with two stage wins is satisfying for him. I know the grass is always greener, and you can look at the positive side or the negative side of what's happened over the last couple of weeks, but at the end of the day, we won 2 stages, and it's still a long way to go in this season.
Thanks, Whitey.
No worries.
Matt White, after the finish there, what are the key takeaways, Iffy, from his comments there? Obviously, he's gutted moving forward, and they won 2 stages.
Key takeaway for me is Whitey is like the prodigal son of Jerry, in that they always end up on the positive. And it's a wonderful thing. It's a part of the culture of this team. You know, sitting there at dinner tonight, you know, everyone was talking positive about, okay, we came here for Simon to win. This is an issue. This is something that's happened. But they all love Simon, and they know that he's hurting more than anyone. So they're all around him, cuddling him, and that. You know, I gave him a pat on the back, and he's disappointed. It's natural to feel that you've let people down. No one in this team feels that Simon's let them down.
No. It's funny. It's funny. Like, we often go down a rabbit hole on culture on this show, right? Yeah. And I fleetingly mentioned the Western United Footy Club the other day because they're doing this 8-part series. And this was a club, if you talk about culture and sport as a whole, that came into the season, they'd lost 8 games in a row, got a new coach, brought in 11 new players, and had to rejig the entire culture of the organisation. Yeah. The secret is 2 things. Is 1, internal respect and unity. Like, that's really hard to build in a team and an organisation where everyone connects, everyone's on the same page. Number 2, and this is the big secret in world sport, how does someone like Ash Barty go to number 1? How does Andre Agassi do that through Ben Crowe? What are the lessons that he does from a sports psych? And that is focus on the process, don't focus on the result. So the result is a byproduct of process. So when you go into any big games or big moments or the Giro or whatever, you just focus on day-to-day process and the process leading up to it. And everyone knows
exactly what Whitey does, mate. It's exactly what Whitey does.
That was my lead in. If you just hone in on the process, you don't get as stressed. You don't buy into win or losses or whatever. It's just what can we do? What can we do better? Just hone in around the process. And if you focus on that, it'll be sweet. So
so I think Vazzy might have sent you some photos through. We got to our...
Yeah, I did. You finally got your dessert, Johnny. You got your little...
I got my dessert.
Pastry?
I got my dessert. Yeah, yes. It was very good. And as I got to that, they told me that was the meal. But then I didn't get to eat much of the dessert because they said, hang on, the chef's turned up with the rider's dessert that's left over. So I
tiramisu?
No, it was little pastries, but magnificent. He is... a wizard. But I was going to talk about, we got to our designated bottle spot in the last climb very early because I did a little detour, took the shortcut, went down the motorway instead of over the course. Got there very early, parked the car, pouring rain, and then suddenly it just fired up, and Vazzy and I went for a pedal, went down the mountain, and then rode back up it. Not quite as quick as some of the other spectators, but I kept a good pace.
Very good.
I don't know. I thought there were some photos of that that you had there, but anyway.
Hang on, I do. This is like the climb. Then this is Vazzy doing a bit of a selfie, and then this is you 2 boys. You've got all the kit. You've just come in and swooped.
Oh, mate, we're there.
And then that's the post ride.
That's the recovery cordial.
Yeah, working
hard,
mate.
Spritz. Yeah, tough guy.
Sam Allen says great coverage of the Giro, guys. Thanks a lot. No worries, Sam. Rob Birch, great coverage, guys. Especially the interviews by Team Iffy and Vazzy. You're getting a cold following, Johnny. SBS Sport have been running your stuff as well.
Yes. Well, actually, you wouldn't believe it. What are they calling me? The
oldest apprentice. Work experience kid.
What do they call me? The work experience kid. Yeah. So I'm getting a cult following. It's only taken 70 years to get it, but anyway, whatever. But no, they're very happy with what we're supplying, and they're using it, which is great. Now, hopefully tomorrow morning, and if we do, I'll catch it. So Clyde Sefton, my Olympic teammate and great rival and mate, is going to be at the start line tomorrow with a good friend of both of ours, Brucey Biddle, who beat me for the gold medal. Well, I only got the bronze.
You used to punch on with him?
No, I used to punch on with Clyde, but only once. But we've been best mates other than that, and that was with alcohol involved anyway. But Brucey Biddle, Kiwi, he won the gold medal at the Com Games, and he got the bronze medal finally in the Olympics, where Clyde got the silver. So Clyde's the only Australian, as I've mentioned, to ever medal in the Olympic road race in the men, which is amazing. And Brucey got fourth, but then the Spaniard got rubbed out, but took them about 30 years to finally give him the bronze medal. Anyway, they'll both be there at the start tomorrow, so I'll grab them and we'll have a little.
How does that work when they get retrospective medals? Is it the actual medal that they gave the bronze, or they get a new one made?
I don't know. Actually, we can ask Brucey that tomorrow.
Ask you tomorrow.
Good question. Yeah,
because I'd want a brand newie. I wouldn't want one that's been carted around for 30 years. Like, give me a freshie.
Whatever.
That's just me. Now, there is a change from now until Monday, 6:30 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time for the rest of the Giro. As you saw the cameo a couple of weeks ago from my son, William. I've got them this weekend. So it's to get the time in before they wake up. Sometimes they wake up, we don't know. Could be a licorice all sort. Will will give his insights on if Spider-Man or Batman will win the stage. So be prepared for that. Anything else you want to add before we go? I think you're wanting to show a challenge in your room,
There is
John.
something. I'll have to unplug the microphone and do it off the computer.
Yeah. Now your audio's not working, so you got to change your audio settings, John. Yeah. This is fantastic live podcasting, folks. So you go to audio settings and you select it onto your computer. Yes? You done it? No, well, I'll just talk. You can show the pictures if it doesn't work, because when it comes to tech settings, I don't think you're the greatest. Just quickly show me around what you're talking about, John. All right. So John is now scaring the room. We can't hear him. He's talking about challenges, and he's still talking and doesn't realize that the audio is unplugged, and there's two single beds, and I can't hear what he's saying. So he's trying to make a funny bit, but it's just not working at this point. He's showing his, you know what, folks, this just isn't working. He's trying to show his bathroom, and the bathroom's right next to the bed. I think that's the gag. Folks. But his audio's not working. It's been a great show. And tomorrow, John's going to be going out and getting all the big names. He's going to get Cavendish, Van der Poel, Jai Hindley, Sir Dave Brailsford. If Eddie Merckx is there, you'll get him. So it is going to be jam-packed. He sent a message saying, don't go. He's going to have to plug in his mic again. We're just paddling now. This better be an absolute cracker of a gag. His glasses are falling off. John, come on, mate. You've got to get your microphone in. It's still not working. No, your mic's not working, John. All right, folks. We're gonna have to go. He can't get this working. But as I said, it's going to be a monster show. And thanks for all your support as well. YouTube.com/The Detour Podcast. John's mic still not connected. And we'll see you tomorrow at 6:30 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. Cheers.
This is the winning ride on the Tour de France.